What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to RTVZone.com. It's me, Rock Harper, Rock the Cook, coming to you live with an amazing panel as usual. Big Body Karate, Chef Kenny Kim, and informing chef Barbie Marshall, right here on Hell's Kitchen Recap. Let's get right into it. Kimmy. Hey, good to see you. Last week, you were crying on your way out the door. Sad to see you go, but you had a heck of a run. Congratulations on the show. Let me ask you this before we get into the actual episode. What is the one lesson, the one thing you learned from being on Hell's Kitchen?
The one thing I learned from being on Hell's Kitchen is that I can still succeed in life and that I can go forward. And just because I, got kicked off doesn't mean my opportunities are endless, pretty much.
Now, if you had to do it all over again, would you do it? And if so, what one thing would you do differently?
Yes, I would do it again. And the one thing that I would change would be the confrontation and the drama that I got into. And I would more focus on the actual competition instead of trying to be friends with everybody.
Okay, sounds good. Tavon, Big Body Karate, same question to you. Would you do it again, and what would you do differently?
I would do it again. I would definitely do the scallops completely different next time, and the second time around, I would definitely win. That's what I would do differently. I would win. I would definitely do it.
Coming bold with the two contestants that went further right there sitting on the panel. That's cojones for you. All right, now, Barbie. To you, so what's the one thing, without having a threatening phone call or email from Fox, what's the one thing that people don't necessarily know, or the biggest misconception about Hell's Kitchen being on the show that you can share with America?
I don't think people realize how sassy I really am on the show. They see me as being quiet, and I was. I mean, I have friends that are calling me saying, you're being misrepresented, you're not that quiet, and I have to tell them, it's because you've never seen me at work. That's the difference. You've never seen me go on a job interview. So I can be really sassy, I can be really outspoken on my free time, but I don't see this as much as free time as I do work. Well,
Kimmy's shaking her head. Yes, she can be sassy. And actually, later on, I was going to have this question when, before you left, Kimmy, you were saying that Barbie wasn't a team player. I wish she was gone. I wish it was just the three of us. It's been a whole running theme on the female side. Barbie's been like the villain. Is that, because to me, it seems as if there's something else afoot why you all didn't like Barbie, to America, not just to me. To America, it seems as if something else. What didn't we see that got you over there like, what's that?
Well, see, Barbie has kids, so Barbie was trying to be, and she didn't mean to, it was just the way, being all confined, she was trying to be the mother of everybody and help us all out, and it was just like, y'all didn't see that part. And she was sassy about it because that's just Barbie. But, I mean, in the long run, she's still a great person, and we're good friends now. But on the show, it was just like we were confined in a space, and Barbie was trying to be my mom, and I did not need that at the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Barbie, you want to retort, or is that pretty much sum it up?
I think I called that my mommy meltdown. Remember? Hashtag Mommy Meltdown real early on in the first episodes of the recap show. I think I did explain, I never really cut the mommy ties. And I don't think that, my kids aren't in hell with me, thank God. So, not that form of it. It is hard to see that I'm a parent.
Fair enough.
It's not hard to see that Patrick is a parent because he's, talking to his kids. And
right. Fair enough. And speaking of Patrick, hopefully we'll have him on the show next week. Great guy, seems like, had a couple conversations. Really looking forward to his perspective. Along with Monterey, if you're watching, coming up to Philly with my goons, and we got some business to take care of. It's 2 weeks now. But looking forward to having you on the show. Grits, Southern food. I'm in Virginia. Love Southern food. had fried chicken on my finale menu with crab cake and did some stuff with apples. Anyway, love Southern food. Kimmy, this is right up your alley. You're from Memphis. You represent the South pretty well. Everybody knows you from the South. You say it all the time, right? You rapping on there. Love it. Grits. Okay, this challenge, you had to choose someone to go up against. Kimmy, you went up against
Brian. Brian chose me, actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. He said he was going. He said he was going up against you because of the Southern Challenge. He was taking it. His pork was raw. It looked good. Yours. Shout out to the editor of Epicurious, wonderful woman, Tanya Steele. She said there was some of the best grits that she's ever eaten in her life. That's really big from a woman that's eaten all over the world. So shouts to you.
Yes.
You rocked the challenge. Went up against raw pork. You all won. You pretty much annihilated them, like 3-1 or something like that. And what was the prize?
A photo shoot with Epicurious and Malibu lunch. Not Malibu. Where was it? A Beverly Hills. Where was it, Barbie?
It was the Beverly Hills Four Seasons.
There you go.
Yeah, very nice. Now, Kimmy, they tried to put you on blast. You had a little ass crack showing on the makeup too. What you think about that?
Of course. It is what it is. Pick on the fat people. We don't care. I don't care, man. It is what it is. I'm happy with the way I am. I don't care.
All right, you look good. Even Chef Ramsay said you look gorgeous. So he said,
"Well, Kimmy, you look amazing."
There you go. That's all you need. Now, that night, it seemed like you had a lot of pressure on you, and you said it. You kept saying it. He said he was looking to you. But what happened?
Okay. See, what had happened was. No, not only did the pressure. I mean, that's a lot of pressure when he looks at you, and it's a Southern challenge, and you have to prove that you're from the South, and you could do this. But I don't cook catfish in a saute pan. I cook it, deep fry it down here. So the catfish got the best of me, really, is what happened in the pressure as well. And I sent up a couple good catfishes and then back to the bottom. So yeah, the catfish just got me.
Okay. And up there being on the chopping block, you and your girl, Robin, like he asked you still think you're a better cook than Robin?
Yeah. Robin knows that. No, I'm just kidding. No, me and Robin are friends. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I still think that, I learned a lot.
Wait. You're kidding. Are you a better cook than her or not? Are y'all tied or what? What do you mean?
I think I'm a better chef than Robin, but she's still my friend. She teaches me a lot. So.
Yeah, nothing wrong with saying you're the best. I say it every day. I say I'm the best, not you. I'm just playing. All right, so next episode, Hell's Kitchen history, okay? I'm not going to rub it in, but actually I am. The first season ever, right, that both teams come up with donuts on the challenge and no reward. I've never seen that before. You know why? Because it hasn't happened.
It's never happened.
You two ladies are the only ones here. And I can't get on the guys because they haven't come on my show yet. And I'm still looking forward to them. And yes, I still do have the zeros up for emphasis. But I'm curious, like, what were you thinking when that happened? Let me stop. What were you thinking when that happened?
I was thinking, fuck. For real. Like, for real. like, oh my goodness. Would it have mattered if I'd have sliced the lamb? I don't know, because he didn't spit it out on the way it was sliced, Like, but it, like, everybody just epic fail. I mean, from the risotto to the bass to the lamb, like, it was just like, wow, how could we all just suck so bad? We all just really sucked that morning. Just sucked. I can't explain it. I've never
Kimmy,
sucked so bad.
What would you have done differently, Kimmy, on that challenge? I've never seen that challenge before. I guess it's new, but it's pretty cool. It was a relay. It's a very cool challenge. What would you have done differently now knowing the result?
I wasn't on that challenge, but I would have definitely not let the risotto burn. I wasn't on that challenge, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But what would you have done in general? That's right. My bad.
You good. I would have totally not let the risotto burn like somebody I know, no names. But I would have definitely got the risotto on first, and then I was trying to at least taking my time cutting the lamb. But I mean, it's a relay, so I know she was in a lot of, like, I know it was rushed, Barbie. I could only imagine what you had to go through.
Who burnt the risotto?
Was it Dana?
Wasn't it Dana? Really said. It was
one of them two girls.
So, Tavon, looking at the rally, the relay, is there any strategy you can inflect, like what you would have done, or why did I mean, 1 point was all they needed, was either team needed. Anything you would have done differently?
Just communicate it more. That was definitely what I saw was missing from certain contestants. Some contestants over communicated, and some were just so bashful trying to figure out other things to get themselves set up. Just communication, as we all know in the industry, is probably the biggest part of any successful line organization, is the communication piece to it. So just over communicate it, because I mean, when you got 90 seconds, you think, oh, I communicated, but once you come back, I'm pretty sure everybody thought again, like, oh, well, what could I've added to it? I mean, or whatever the time was, you know what I mean? What could I have added to communication?
That's what it was. 15 seconds to communicate 3 dishes. 15 seconds. I just got the risotto on. I just got the lamb on. It's 15 seconds. Did you set a timer? What do you know? Like, you have 15 seconds to translate all of the information of what you've done in the kitchen. And if you don't listen and hear something like the risotto is raw, or I put the lamb in but I didn't set a timer, like all of those things you have to take into consideration. You have to know what's going on with what, and you have to be able to relay that information as quickly and efficiently as possible.
So, but do you feel like everybody relayed it as efficiently as possible, or?
I can only say what happened on the red side, which it was still red at the time, and I believe I can quote myself, and we were a hot mess. That's all I can say. We were a hot mess. We had burnt risotto, we had undercooked cod, we had horribly butchered lamb, and so we got what we got. We got what we deserved. Nothing.
I didn't really understand I don't know if it was mandatory, what the producers told you. I mean, you can't talk about production or whatever, but why everybody put a freaking apron on as soon as they walked into the kitchen? That was crucial time, or maybe it was helping you assess. When you're doing something, I can't think about, I mean, it's not that difficult to put an apron on, but I'm not worried about an apron, unless I had to put an apron on. I just did, especially Clemenza with the freaking step over, put it around, turn it up, both. I didn't understand that crap at all. But anyway, moving on. So, dinner service. Big shout out to Chef Revival, the guys that make the uniforms. Those are the guys that were actually the feature table. There was a gentleman, the founder, president, owner of Chef Revival, San Jamar Palm Almondal, and a good friend of mine, Chad Vendetti. They were out of Wisconsin, so they were on the show. Good to see them there. But in result, y'all got kicked out of the kitchen. Barbie, you the only one here. Everybody got kicked out of the kitchen, right?
No, the girls killed it. The girls killed it.
I'm thinking of the service before. Okay, all right. So
I think so.
My bad.
Southern Night, because of this repeat stuff, I know it's confusing. Southern Night, everybody got kicked out of the kitchen. We moved on to the next night, or the next challenge, which was just me, Dana, and Christina. Then we went on to the next dinner service, which was me, Dana, and Christina. And we had a really smooth dinner service, and the blue team did not.
So they lost. And who was nominated? Brian and who?
Oh, no, everybody got nominated. Everybody got nominated on that one.
That was the black jacket night, dude.
No, that was the night that the blue team couldn't come together on what 2 people they wanted to put up for elimination. And because they did not make the decision, all 4 of them wound up getting nominated. Like, everybody got called up. Yeah. Right. So, we lost Brian.
Yeah. I mean, Brian, I read a little, Brian I thought was a joke. I mean, he seemed to be a joke. And again, I know about editing, all that jazz, save it. But editing only takes out what you give him. So, he joked a lot. But I read some of his stuff on his timeline, and he jokes a lot. But his story kind of makes sense. He doesn't seem like, I encourage people to go to Twitter and read. You know, he seems like a much cooler guy once you get the whole perspective of something else. But he had to go. He had to go. I don't think he could have won. It was his time to go. He was gone. Do you think anybody else should have gone? I mean, Robin. You got Clemenza still in there. Anybody? No. Okay, good. Brian had to go. Nobody responded. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to ask you guys a couple quick questions, if you don't mind. I want the audience to get to know you. We're caught up. We're waiting on this new episode to come out on Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern, right? Barbie, you like the publicist for the show. 9
o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have all new time and day. We're going Mondays only on Fox right after the premiere of Hotel Hell at 8. Hell's Kitchen will be on at 9, 8 Central.
Listen, speaking of Hotel Hell, like, I got to give it up to my man Gordon Ramsay. I mean, excuse me, Chef Gordon Ramsay. The guy is really... Oh, hey, bro, what's going on? Are you in jail? He looks like that's in jail. Chef Ramsay is, I know he watches, you know, he texts me like every Monday. He can't wait for the recap show to come out. Chef Ramsay, I appreciate you watching. And second of all, I mean, he's got a show on every week. Big up to him. Looking forward to Hotel Hell. It's like a hotel version of Kitchen Nightmares. So just love that guy and everything he's doing. He's an inspiration. I'm going to ask you ladies a few questions, get the audience to know you. So I want one-word answers, okay? One-word answers. That's it. You all ready? And they're going to be really quick. First thing that comes to mind. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Barbie, I'm coming to you first. Okay. Your favorite sinful indulgence.
I know.
Booze.
Okay. Cooking style. One word. If you had to use one word to describe your cooking style. Go.
Sustainable.
Okay. Last time you had sex in a restaurant. Has it been that many? You gotta think about it. Is that a bag out of respect for your guy?
Never.
He gonna be like, never. Okay. He gonna be like, Wednesday? I was at work Wednesday. What the hell are you talking about, Barbie? All right, okay. All right, so that's good. All right, we'll move on to Kimmy real quick to let you recover from that question. Okay, Kimmy, if you had a porn name as a chef, what would it be?
Are you serious? I have no idea. I don't know.
I have no idea. That's a good one. Nobody's got that one. All right.
I have no idea. That's a good one.
Okay, give me Big Body. Well, Big Body Karate is pretty pornographic. All right, go ahead. What's your Tavon? What's your porn name, Chef? Is the video frozen or what?
No, it would definitely be Chocolate Eclair. No.
What
would be Big Body
Chocolate
Karate.
Eclair.
Chocolate
Eclair.
Big Body Karate or Chocolate Eclair.
Oh, you got it. Okay, Kimmy, going back to you. Your favorite cookbook all time?
Julia Childs.
Okay. Walmart or Farmer's Market?
Farmer's Market.
All right. Are you voting this November?
Yes.
Okay, Tavon, on to you. Your favorite food show on TV, any platform?
Favorite food show? I'm gonna go with Hell's Kitchen because my good girlfriend Barbie. So that's my favorite show of 2012. Hell's Kitchen.
Okay. Favorite chef?
Besides myself?
Besides yourself.
All right. Favorite chef would be Ron Herbinko, my meats instructor from the Quarter Uplift. Favorite chef of all times.
Celebrity chef you'd love to have sex with?
Oh, God.
Pass. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Let's get bank statements first. Bank statements first, then we'll make a decision.
Wow.
Okay.
You should have told us that we needed liquor involved for this interview.
Drinking
crazy.
Drinking game next week. All right. Now, healthy, Barbie, I know you're a farming chef. What's your healthy eating tip? You know, it's all about sustainability and kids and obesity in America. People are always looking for healthy cooking, eating tips, lifestyle. Give me one. That's very important.
What I find most important is diet. And my version of diet is to control my metabolism. And by doing that, what I do is I eat smaller meals more often, like every 2 hours, lots of healthy snacking. That way, I know exactly what I'm taking in. My body and my cells don't have a chance to say she's starving us and hold on to extra fat. So the most important thing that I find to do is to eat more often and to eat a lot less. What we consider our portion sizes are wrong.
Okay. Okay. That's a good one. Kimmy, on Southern food, since that's where you are and what you do you see a trend as far as where Southern food is going? It seems to be catching back on, at least in this Mid-Atlantic area. What do you see happening next with Southern cuisine?
I think next Southern cuisine will be we're starting to work out. I know out here in Memphis that the ribs places are trying to go more fine dining and more healthy. They're trying to change Southern food into making it healthy. So, I mean, I know that's what they're doing here in Memphis because I've seen that at many events that I've been to over the last few months, and I think it's really good because we do need to get healthier. It's our whole, you know, not even just the South, just obesity in general.
Okay. And Tavon, you mentioned meat with your instructor. What's your take on, you know, organic, grass-fed, let's just say beef? What's your take on the cattle industry, or, you know, where are you standing on organic versus anything else? Let me just ask you that.
Organic versus anything else. I mean,
first
of course,
of all,
I like organic.
I need you to stop making them faces. That's what I mean.
Of course, organic is where it's at. It's 2012. Who doesn't want organic? You know what I mean? Especially as a chef, you want to support your locals. And organic is hot right now. It's not what it used to be 3-4 years ago. People truly understand what organic means nowadays. So, I mean, anything that's going to help to an extent, Barbie. I see the face in the corner over there. To an extent, better than what people used to think organic was about. People didn't really 5 years ago know what organic was. It was just a name that, oh, you paid more because it says organic in it. So yeah, so I appreciate organic, but I also appreciate meat. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sounds good. Now, Barbie, are you doing anything with healthy food to schools or children?
Not yet, other than the children that I have. I mean, we raise our own beef, so, you know, for our kids' education, they know the beef as chuck, filet, T-bone, mignon. That way we're not naming them Earl or Bob, and, you know, that Earl or Bob are on the table for dinner, and it's a little more heartbreaking. But so far, I've just been educating my youngsters on eating properly and healthy and what the term organic means, because the term organic has changed so drastically in the last 5 years that I remember 5 years ago you said organic and everyone knew that you were talking about food, and now you say organic and someone could say it's a very organic color, it's a very organic just way of being. Like, I've heard people compare organic to a pair of shoes, and it's just like, are we just using it to use it or what? Like, what does it really mean? So sometimes, I think right now we are having a little bit of difficulty with the definition of organic because things have been changing. What was safe and certified organic 5 years ago is not safe today. Not everything that was. So it's definitely constantly evolving. And what I can tell people it's to better educate themselves is to ask the proper questions, go to the farmers markets, talk to the farmers, make sure that if you're in the grocery store and you see where your stuff is coming from, because there are a lot of shiesty people out there. I mean, I've been in a grocery store that says local homegrown melons, and then the sticker says came from Mexico. So you have to be careful about what you're buying.
They're local if you live in Tijuana, so, I mean, you can't, no, I'm joking. But that's sad. That's sad. Now, let me, on Kimmy, do you work in a restaurant?
No, I do. I work a little bit at my mom's restaurant, but I just do personal catering right now.
Okay, and let me ask you, at your mom's restaurant, or the last restaurant you worked before that, if you had to give a percentage, how many people, percentage-wise, in the restaurant had health insurance?
Probably 20%, maybe.
Had health insurance. Wow. And why do you think it's such a low number?
I don't know. That's a good question. I know at my mom's restaurant right now, the only people that have health insurance are the salary people.
And do you think everybody should have health insurance?
Oh, yeah, of course. I think everybody should definitely have health insurance. I mean, it's hard to go to the ER and not be able to pay your bill or set up a doctor's appointment. I mean, if anything, I should know that because my fiance has a pacemaker. So we were just at the hospital today and we have no health insurance. So, of course, you know, it's difficult and the money is, it's hard, man. It's really hard.
You know, I think the number is like 13%. Or 23%, I forgive me, but there's a study that came out earlier this year, 23, some really low number of restaurant or food service workers live below the poverty line. And the reason why I bring this up, because, you know, these issues, you know, with regard to universal health care and minimum wage and things of that nature affect chefs as well. As a matter of fact, we're a big, if not, I think the second biggest industry as far as employee base, I think, in the country. There's something else in there with food service workers. So we're a big, big part of this country. Tavon, you're an executive chef now. On down from your dishwasher on up to the GM owner. How do you feel about offering health insurance to your employees? And you don't have to answer to, I don't want to put you in a sticky spot. You know, we're talking Hell's Kitchen here, but I'm just trying to get the people to know.
For my employer now, health insurance was a big thing that wasn't really supported, especially to the kitchen department. And like Rock said, for the hospitality industry, it's not something that's as common as a lot of other industries. When I first joined Topgolf, I believe only one person out of my whole F&B department was offered insurance out of a 48-person department. Right now, since I've been there, now half of my associates now have health insurance. Because not on Topgolf, but a lot of companies feel as though health insurance and things like that are a privilege. Like, you got to earn it. Like, it's an initiative. Instead of getting a raise, let me give you health insurance instead of a raise that you weren't because you've been here for 4 years. A raise in health insurance shouldn't be the defining factor. Like, oh, you either get a raise or you get health insurance. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of companies keep that as, oh, well, I gave you that, so you should be good. But it's not.
Right. Now, do you think, Barbie, you think we have, as chefs, what do you think our role is, whether it be antibiotics, saving antibiotics just for drugs in humans and getting them out of the food supply, organic, sustainable, grass-fed, health coverage, all of these issues, chefs as policy makers or change agents, I should say, not policy makers. Do you think we have a role in bringing change to our industry?
I definitely do believe that as chefs we do have a role because one of the latest articles. one of the latest articles that I read about was how the antibiotics in chicken were causing infections in women. So,
urinary tract infections.
Urinary tract infections in women.
And what you're talking about, sorry to cut you off, but what you're talking about is a release that came out that said that all of the drug use, 70% of antibiotics in this country are used in the food system. Antibiotics are supposed to be to fight off germs, basically. They're used in the food system not because they're fighting off, well, they are to fight off germs, but only because of overcrowded and dirty, disgusting chicken and beef plants. So they're combating a problem that the industry has created itself. So go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So as a chef, I feel like we're obligated to our diners to feed them the quality ingredients because they're coming to us for better. If they wanted the kind of chicken that was going to give a urinary tract infection, they could just go right on through a drive-through somewhere because that's what you expect from that level of quality of food. So when you come out to a dining room, I think that diners should, spending their hard-earned money, come out and be exposed to a better product. As a caterer, that's what I do. I make everything from scratch, and I use local ingredients because there are people that do worry about those things and just want what's better for them, and they're willing to pay for it. Some people just don't understand what that price difference is and why.
Well, I think that's great. I think we should have a wrap-up. I think we should have a food system where all food is safe. Whether it be the tenderloin or the shoulder or an oxtail, it should all be safe. And that's where I think chefs can make a difference. Now, speaking of great food, what is the best? When I was in Hell's Kitchen, one thing I learned from Chef Ramsay was use the best product that your money can buy and treat it with so much respect. Respect that this thing died for your consumption to live. He really put that home. Don't waste anything, and use the best that you can afford. I mean, the Dover, the truffle, the venison that we use, all that jazz. Real quick before we wrap up, Tavon, what was the best ingredient besides the scallops that you worked with on Hell's Kitchen?
Besides the scallops, the pigeon was something new. It was something different. So I would go with that because it's definitely something different.
Kimmy.
So.
Oh, mine would be the lamb. That was the first time I've ever actually used lamb.
Oh, very cool. What does anybody know? Where was the lamb from?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. Barbie, same question.
Actually, where I had the most fun was the punishment with the butchering of the beef.
Yeah.
That was
you
the
had
most.
To do a whole side? Or a whole cow?
We did a whole half a steer, a whole half a steer. That was fun to me because there's only a couple times a year I get to do that. So I got to do it in Hell's Kitchen.
Respect. All right, listen. Before we go, rtvzone.com. Make sure you hit the donate button. Throw in $1 million if you got it. We know you got it. The recession is over. Or $1. It doesn't matter. It's coming to you live and free. Make sure you check out Evil Dick at Night. Awesome show. And Big Body Karate on Twitter. Chef Kimmy Mim with some underscores in there on Twitter. Barbie Marshall on Twitter. I'm Rock the Cook. Last thing, Tavon, we're going to come to you first. Who's going to win Hell's Kitchen Season 10? Who's going to walk away with the ultimate crown, $250,000, and a trip to Vegas?
Who's going to win? Of course, Barbie, and we're going to be sitting first class together riding to Vegas. So, I mean.
All right. Kimmy, who are you picking?
Obviously, Robin.
Okay, all right. And Barbie, if you had to pick.
You just got to keep watching, Rock. You ain't getting nothing out of me. I'm tighter than a can of tuna, okay?
First of all, that was the company couch. All right. Well, thank you all. We'd love to have you back, Tavon, Barbie. Same time next week. Check us out on YouTube, rtvzone.com. Appreciate you, people. Peace.